Alright, I'm recording the importance of training defense from Absolute MMA St. Kilda. Lachlan Giles is a very talented guy and he's a good instructor and I really enjoy his videos. Let's see what he has to say about training defense.
Alright, I'm going to show you, actually I'll start playing it. This is actually, I'm rolling with Maddie, and basically Maddie's a brown belt that we train with. I'm going to show you like a way I like to train quite a lot actually, and it's a really good way to train certain aspect of your game, which is on sweep prevention and balance. So I think a lot of people spend time on guard retention in not getting their guard passed, but they often spend very small amount of their time on not getting swept, which is just as important. That you don't want to, if you get top position, you don't want to lose top position.
I agree.
Just as if you're in guard, you don't want to let your guard get past. So, and also it's to highlight that I also have something that's just come out with Grappler's Guide. I've got a whole sweep lifetime
Skipping
memberships.
the
It's a once-off payment, and
sales.
you get live roll, blue belt, enough control, really good, and you know, like, oh, actually they don't, you know, they think they've got that move, but they don't quite have enough control to finish it. I can still get out. Then you can sometimes allow them to keep going for that, but that lets you then set up, you know, other things. Okay, so as you've just seen that sequence just there, for example, often I'll just gone back, but see, Maddie's had good position where he's gone in for the X guard as he reaches under my leg. Could have been a modified X, but I switch over the top, and that turns, by countering what he thought was a good attack, it's now ended up in a very bad position, in the front headlock position. Okay, so practicing like this can be really good. So basically in this roll, I said to Maddie, you try to sweep me, and I'm going to try and stay on top. I'm going to try and counter and get out. Basically, all I'm doing.
So this is not, what he's saying is not, it's not a positional sparring. It's a task sparring. You try to sweep me, I try to not get swept. No submissions allowed, no guard passes allowed, just sweep defense and sweep attacks. Great training.
Because I'm allowing him to get like good grips to start, initiate his sweep, and then I'm trying to make it quite difficult. Okay, you see here he's going up for the single leg, and it's really important that you have like an exact idea of which direction you want to go when someone's trying to sweep you. There's a whole bunch of options. This is one that we'll see again here. Just
one thing in a perfect world that I would like to add to this type of sparring is you can always yell stop, and then you do positional sparring for 30 seconds to a minute. So I can tell that if that was me on top, there was a couple of positions that I am not very much used to. So when you end up there, you take the opportunity to do a couple of rounds of positional sparring from there. And just ask a couple of questions, ask your partner, what is it that you are looking for here? And what do you think is the main direction I should go? So I can break, because this is not, this is rolling, this is sparring for learning. So asking questions should never be wrong, and if the round is 10 minutes, then you should be allowed to stop at least once and do a couple of rounds of positional sparring within the roll.
To the end, but I liked, and I cover these sort of things in the, actually we probably won't see that because we ran out of time. We'll go back, we'll break down a few of these techniques up. But anyway, it's a really good way to train, especially if you can get someone slightly lower rank than you that you feel like, you know, obviously it's hard to train if you're going to get swept immediately and then the spin.
Yeah, when you do exactly, you have to train with someone who is less experienced than yourself, so that you don't get stressed out and have to turn on fight mode, because then you stop learning. As soon as you start performing, the learning stops.
And the rest of the round on bottom. But if you've got someone who you feel like you're going to can give them a real tough time to sweep you, then keep them on the offense. Keep them almost getting the sweep, and then you try to counter, stay on top, and then let them get to the next position. So just like that. Okay, so let's just have a look here. One of my favorite single leg defenses. I use this exact defense in the ADCC trials. Maddie's come up for a single leg from guard here. Let's go back a moment. So here we're in the dog fight. He changes to a single leg. I'm going to stuff his head down, and my knee's going to go to the ground. And I'm going to...
This is typical Nogi. I'm not used to... I never did that, because in this position I would always, with my right hand, I would grab his belt instead. But this is a nice little detail for Nogi, pushing the head down.
Sit my hips on top of his shoulder. Here we are. Okay. Now from here, as long as his hand here is not above the line of my knee, and if he does, I actually grab it and I push it back down. Okay. Okay. Now I can spin, turn towards the back. As I said, I use this exact move at the ADCC trials.
I see a problem here. Yeah, he pulled his hand out in time, but there definitely would be a problem if the hand was stuck in between the thigh and the hip for too long.
And then it turns Matt's offense into my offense. Okay. Now you don't get good at those sort of techniques unless you put yourself there over and over and over again. So if you're starting to become